This is probably gonna be a timeline.
Sorry, did I say something wrong? Pardon me for breathing, which I never
People always look at me like I'm strong, but I'm not strong.
do anyway.
Hey, it's juanabeelove. Welcome back to my channel, and apologies for what I look at the moment because I just arrived from my job. And yes, you heard it right, I quit my job. I quit my job without a plan, without anything, without even enough savings. And the reason why you are here in this video is because I know you are curious or you're planning to as well. So if you're after for that, watch until the end of the video. Okay, so before I tell my whole reason why I quit this job, let me just inform you that it is not necessarily to leave your job, especially on this time. It's not necessarily to quit your job, especially on pandemic times, or especially if you know that you are not ready enough. When I say ready, what I mean is if you haven't thought about quitting your job many times, and you know to yourself that if you leave or quit this job, you'll be able to find another job. So you'll be able to finance yourself while looking for a job after you quit. And most especially, make sure that you have a backup all the time. It's not also bad if you don't have a backup and you just want to get out on the job, but make sure that you have a valid reason for yourself. Okay, that is number one. So before you quit your job, you have to make sure that it is necessary. Okay, we're not just talking about one scenario happen and you're just gonna leave your job. So you have to think if leaving and quitting is the right thing to do at the moment. Second would be physical health. If your job is triggering your physical health, like for example, you have back pains, most of the times you felt pain in your back, in your feet, in your hands, in your head. It happens. It's normal. That's adulthood. That's how, like, that is what you get if you work when you're adult. And it may not occur at the moment while you're young, but it will when you grow old. So if the job that you have at the moment is giving you struggles and giving you health problems, I suggest you quit the job. Quit the job if you think that it affects your physical health, because honey, it's not worth it. Money, yes, is there, but your health is way more important than anything else. Third would be burned out, or you feel bummed, you know. I've experienced this a lot of times, and I know a lot of people nakaka-relate on this situation, and that is okay, that is normal. But it's no longer normal when you're going to work, you don't want to even see or talk with your colleague because it just, you know, you just don't feel it, like you just don't want them, or you have like a fight with them, or you have like misunderstanding, miscommunication, and it just grows fonder. So you have to quit your job. And also at the same time, if waking up in the morning is so hard, waking up in the morning, in the afternoon, the night, whatever shift that you have on your job, and you feel like every morning is a struggle, every time you wake up is a struggle to get up and start your day, start your job, quit. Because in the end, you will just see yourself totally burned out. You won't be able to stood up, work as if you love your work. So you quit your job if you feel already totally burned out. The fourth thing is very interesting. It's peer pressure, at the same time bullying. Believe me or not, bullying doesn't only happen when you're studying, when you're with your friends. It also happens at work, and I am one of those living example of it. I mean, bullying when it comes to work, the peer pressure is normal, but bullying, it's in another level. It's so different that you cannot even comprehend, you cannot even understand. Hindi mo inakala that may experience mo siya on your job. You don't even expect, I don't think that I'll be able to experience the worst of bullying. I thought bullying stopped when you become an adult. I thought about that. And I just realized about it when I started working on any company, and I always thought and I always think, is it because of me? And I always blame myself. I think it's because of me, and then I realized no, it's not me, because I don't bully anyone. So I don't want to come clean here. Maybe from the past when I was a child, I bullied someone, I bullied for a couple of times, but at least I've changed. At least I grew up, but not like, you know, our colleagues, your colleagues, my colleagues. They're even older than me. They're so older than me, and they're supposed to be mature to deal with this kind of situation. If you don't like me, you don't like me. That's it. If you're jealous about me, then try to focus yourself on another person or another situation, or in yourself, rather than focusing on what I have, what I achieve, what I get, where I go, what I eat. But you know, that is bullying. Saying something behind your back is bullying. Saying some words that hurt you physically is bullying. Anything that you feel is bullying is straight on point bullying. So if someone bullies you at your job, quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. 5 reasons like why you have to quit your job, or why I quit my job. Toxic by Britney Spears. With the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm sipping under with. A toxic job or a toxic workplace means that you allow and you let your colleagues, your workmates say something bad about you. They allow themselves to say something about another person. Toxic also is them saying bad things behind that person's back during work, while at work, outside the job, like outside everything in their personal lives. That is so toxic. No comment. I mean, I get the point. Work is work. But isn't it good that people just mind their own business instead of going to work, and you know that this A, this B, this C, this D are talking about you? Wouldn't it be much better if all of them have the same idea that work is work, personal life is personal life? Toxic, listen to this. Listen to this. Toxic on your job is when you realize that your personal life matters to them. Your personal life matters to every single one. And they don't want you to have a private life. They don't want you to go outside, have a peaceful day off, and then they'll see you with someone, with a friend. They see you going there in that shop, in the mall, and they think differently. They made up story. And the funny thing is, kapag gumawa ka ng story about sa kanila, they will get mad at me. So what is the purpose of don't do to others if you don't want to do to you? You know? Like, try it. If you have a colleague, if you have a workmate who just make like you're one good example of a living Kardashian or a Kardashian Jenner. You do something and it mattered to them. It's so important that they wanted to know about it, and at the same time you heard them talking about it and say different words or say something, and then on the other hand you felt like, oh my god, I have a fan, I have a hater, and at the same time, why does it matter to them? I don't know. Again, no comment. And last thing about toxic at your job is when they know that they hurt you. You told them that those words hurt you. You told them that this doesn't feel right for you, yet they still continue to do that and hurt you. And that is, my friend, one good example of toxic at your job or workplace. So quit, leave, because you know, they're haters, they're fans, they're gonna be there. And if they really matter to you the most, they will still be updated to your everyday life. So congratulations. We have a fan, we have fans, and we have haters. And that's when you know that you're successful. Number 6 would be anxiety and depression. And I would like to focus about anxiety and depression because that is one thing that I've experienced all throughout my life in this job where I just, you know, quit. This job that I just resigned and I left just today. My anxiety and depression gotten worse. Like, it gotten to the level like, oh my god, it's on the top. It's really on the top. And the funny thing is, 5 days ago, I remember and saw myself laying on my bed, crying, sobbing, like my tears. It's like a swimming pool of tears. I couldn't breathe. I was having a hard time to breathe. And I know my anxiety and my depression are starting to kick in. When I'm gonna be emotional with this one. I've been crying most of my times working on this job. And you'll be asking why I stayed longer, like I even renewed on this job. There's like different kinds of reasons, and I will tell you what are those reasons, and I know those are your reasons as well why you're not quitting your job. But like, it's a 2-hour silence and all I did was crying. Where's my tissue? Like, I was so stressed, and like I was asking everything, and my mind was like confused. My mind was like mental block, like it couldn't even function well. That all I felt was pain. And it doesn't have to feel like pain, because I said I will not cry. I mean, I thought to myself that I felt the most painful thing when you lost someone. Like, I know to myself I wasn't a good sister. But when we lost her last year, after that, like after everything, and I told myself, I think I've gotten stronger. Like, I was so sure during that time that I was stronger, because losing someone is one of the hardest and one of the painful things. And I was wrong. Yeah, and I was wrong. And here I am now talking about quitting my job. I realized that I wasn't strong because I quit my job. Does quitting a job define our strength? And that is a big no. Doesn't mean that you quit your job. It doesn't mean that you're weak. Doesn't mean that you leave behind all of a sudden your responsibility. Doesn't mean that you're weak. Very hard to talk about because not everyone understands. And that is number 7, suicidal thoughts. I am working in a different country, so hindi po ako nagtatrabaho sa Pilipinas. And we all know that working in a different country, especially if you're not a resident from that country, you need a working visa. And we all know na if you're having a working visa, you have a contract to finish. And I've been working with this company for 2 years and 6 months. And then I decided to resign. Actually, 2 years is supposed to be my ending contract. And then I thought I was so happy because I learned how to adjust. I learned how to cope at least with stress. And I learned how to like forgive and forget when something bad happens at work, this and that. And then unfortunately I renewed because of plenty of reasons. During the time, it was the peak season of COVID. It was the peak season of Corona. I don't want to go home. I don't want to be jobless. I don't want to quit my job and find a job somewhere else and they will give you a lower offer. Because during that time, that was the main thing. Like, companies are giving lower salaries than the usual. Actually, I have 2 resignations, April 3rd and April 8th. I think this is my official resignation, April 8th, 2021. What do I want? Do I prefer a comfy life, or do I prefer to finish my visa and have a miserable life? So during the April 3rd, and I was planning to quit my job, I was crying, laying in bed, and I thought about suicide. And I'm not saying this just for the vlog, but I've never thought in my life I would be in a situation where I wanted and I'm planning to commit suicide and end my life because of a job. Actually, not because of a job, because of particular people at my job. In my mind, I was saying, if you end it, if you kill yourself, all of this will be over. 5 minutes of like thinking and listening to my head, because I can hear voices and I can hear the just kill yourself because it will be over. Everything will be peaceful. You don't have to live. You don't have to work. You don't have to stress yourself how to survive on the next 1 year and 6 months just to be able to be free. When I say free, because I have to finish my contract. If I cannot finish my contract, I get a ban. I have to pay some fines, do this and that. And I don't want another problem. And then I was crying. And then I said to myself, why am I still here? I asked myself why I'm still alive, why I'm still struggling. And then one of the things that like made me me want to do it is when I realized that I think my sister who passed away I still cannot accept that she deserved, like, you know, to leave the world. I question God, because if there is someone who deserves to be, you know, like God, it's not her. It's not her, because like she's strong. I know she's strong, and she before like she always think that she wasn't strong, but she was strong. She was stronger than me. All my decisions are failure. This is the only job so far, by far, is the only job that is making me feel like I want to quit, that I don't deserve this, that I don't even deserve to live because of the stress that I've been dealing with. People always look at me like I'm strong, but I'm not strong. I'm tired of like people assuming that I'm strong, like she can do it because I cannot. I'm battling like other people's. I'm battling my anxiety, my depression, my suicidal thoughts by myself, because nobody would understand after that 5 minutes of having that suicidal thought. And I realized that my life doesn't end because of this. And I just, like, you know, snap out from my comfort, and I told myself that my life is far by precious, as far as I know, to end myself, kill myself just because of that job. You reach to the point where you wanted to commit suicide. I think that's enough. Like, that's the most valid thing, to give yourself permission to quit your job. I tried my best. I did my 200% best to stay. I'm not saying I did everything right. I'm not saying that I did everything wrong. I'm just saying I'm not perfect like everyone else. The actual real reason why I quit my job, because I know like my family, relatives, or most especially my family, would be shocked once this video is posted, because I'm not planning to post this on April. I'm planning to post it once that, you know, I feel settled. I want to face this problem, this next step, this whatever the next, you know, stress that this company is gonna give me by myself, without the knowledge of my family, because I know that most of them, they're gonna be against of me leaving. I know most of them will want me to go home in my country, do good on decision making, and I'm aware with that. Some decisions I just, you know, thought about it out of the blue. Some decisions I thought about it a long time. But if one of those 7 things or 7 reasons that I just mentioned a while ago you have, especially anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, and bullying or harassment, if there's one of those at least that you've experienced, I think you don't have, or you don't need to have permission to anyone else besides yourself to quit your job, because it's your life. Problem comes and go. Financial problems comes and go. You get money, it comes back. Money is basically, literally, it's a paper, but people made a value to a money in some other reasons, like economic wise. But if you thought about it, quit your job before it kills you, because you will always find another job. You will always find another company. And I'm not saying all of the jobs are like, all of the workplaces are like this, but if the place, if the people, if that job you don't even actually like, of course the mantra or like the vibe or the energy would stay with you. Because I never wanted to work in this kind of workplace, but I have to, because it was my mistake, it was my decision, and I have to eat my decision. I have to stood up with my decision, and that is a brave thing to do. But quit your job. Quit your job before it kills you, because nobody's gonna help you besides yourself, families, your loved ones, but most especially yourself. Don't wait for permission to anyone. Do not quit the job. Quit the job and you will see. When you say no to something, you say yes to something else. When you close this door, another one opens. 100 of doors open. When you move forward, leap It's your choice if you want to burn the bridges or you want the bridge to stay there. If you want to swim, fly and swim. So if you're still thinking about quitting your job or not, it's up to you. But always remember, you don't need permission to quit your job. Listen to this, and him, trust him. So that is an emotional ride. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe also, and if you'd like, you have questions, and if you like some of the videos, like if you like this kind of videos, you can just comment down below and I'll try to explain further or update you what happened to me after 1 month, 2 months quitting my job and something like that. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will keep you updated. That's it for today. This is Chamimot, and thank you for watching. Bye.